How y'all doing? I'm coming at you sideways today because my lighting situation is all off. You know how you have lights for this thing? They all broke, or I don't know what I did with them. My lighting situation is off, so I'm gonna come crooked, and you're gonna see a lot of shadows, and we're just gonna have to work through it. How y'all doing today? I hope you're all right. I've had like three comments that I wanted to respond to, and do you see my shirt? I found it today in my closet. Don't remember buying it. Doesn't look like something I would buy, but it was so cute. I put it on and I put on a bracelet. This bracelet's like 50 years old. But anyway, how y'all doing? Uh, Somebody said in a comment, and I responded to her in the comment section, but I wanted to respond generally in case there are others of you out here feeling this way. She said, I wish I had you as a mother. I would have turned out better. Now, first of all, we don't know that. I only had boys. I don't know how well I would have done with a girl. I hope I would have done okay. I've always wanted a little girl because I wanted to share the relationship I had with my mother with a little girl. Now, if you had my mother, you would have had a running start towards wonderful because my mother was an extraordinary individual. Having said that, let me say this. You didn't have me as a mother, you didn't have my mother as your mother, but you did have a mother. And maybe that mother didn't do what she was supposed to do. Maybe she didn't give you what she needed to give you. Maybe she was tired, trifling, and wrong. I don't know. Or maybe she just was weak. Or who knows what her issue was. All I know is this: your story isn't finished until you put down your pen. She wrote those first few chapters, however, she wrote them, and you can't do nothing about that. But now the pen is in your hand and you can finish that story any way you want to. You can redirect how you feel about what happened over there and something that she didn't give you, pretend that she did, or figure out how to get it. Look it up, talk to people, and then start changing and moving in the direction that you're in. She did not determine the ending of your book. You do. You got to start with the chapters that you got, but you can rewrite as you go along. And you can rewrite in terms of, well, this is what I would like to do better. I didn't figure out how to do it then because mom didn't tell me or dad didn't tell me. I don't know who didn't tell you, but go find it out. Come here, ask me. No, I don't. I can't respond personally. I responded on a comment section. I did, uh, but if you have questions about suggestions about how to change things, and I'm not telling you I got the answers to everything. I don't. Usually, I answer your questions with a whole lot of more questions. But sometimes those questions help lead you to the answer that you need because I don't know the answer that you necessarily need because I ain't you. I got ideas. I've been out here forever. But I do have ideas, and I want you to feel empowered. The pen belongs to you. The ending is yours to write, and you can go back and read those other chapters, but mark them up like you got a red pen. Well, this shouldn't have happened. I could have, and let me replace this. Now you can't get old love, but you can find old errors and bad ideas that are floating around those first chapters. And you can pluck them out, rewrite them how they're supposed to be, and put them in your next chapter as a change, as a triumph. There I was in chapter 2, not knowing what to do. But here I am in chapter 12, taking care of business. That's how I want you to see it. And part of what this is a conversation, no? I, you write things, and I talk about things. Uh, Someone else said, so I hope that makes you feel better. I had, my mother was, my parents were great. I had a rocky childhood because my father was bipolar and he was unmedicated, but he was a fantastic, terrific, tremendous dude. Uh, but my past was a little rocky because of all of the excitement in the house. And I wasn't a woman who did well with a whole lot of excitement. I wasn't round too tight myself. My mother always said on her second go round, I'm her second go round. I don't know where that thumb comes from. The second go round, she bore fruit that fell a little too close to her husband's emotional tree. I got a lot of his brain. I got the good parts, a lot of the good parts. I got some of the, did you handle your business even when your business ain't quite right? Ain't nothing wrong with having a screw loose as long as you know which one it is and what to do when it starts to wobble. And don't let it fall on other people. You're responsible for what you do with yourself. That's me yelling at me, nobody else. Someone else wrote me, "You are too young and pretty to be alone." First of all, very flattering. At 65, I'm not 66. Yesterday I said I'm turning 66. And usually what I do once I say I'm turning something, I already think I'm there. I think that happened when I became a judge because I was running. I was 33 years old, running for a judge, and the guy I was running against was 47, had been a lawyer 47 years longer than I had been alive. And so I was like trying to say, well, I'll be 34 by the time I take the bench. And so I was always like looking ahead a year just to make myself feel a little more legit. And I actually spent so much time with that. My husband and I, in one day, we got to talking about something, and I said, "Well, I'm 37." He said, "No, you're not. You're 36 or something." I don't remember the years. And I said, "Yeah, no, I'm 37." I said, "No, you're 36." And then I did the math, and I said, "Oh crap, I'm 36." I always thought I was a year older than I was ever since then because yeah, that's just how ridiculous the mind is. But anyway, I'm 65. I'm not 66 yet. I was gonna say don't rush me, but you ain't rushing me. I'm rushing me. But anyway, I'm too young and pretty to be alone. Okay. Well, first of all, I'm not alone. I got my boys. I got six sons. I got girlfriends, good girlfriends too, but more than I used to have too, because Big E used to be my best friend. You can see the sun is coming up outside. It's first thing in the morning here, so I'm leaning over now. Maybe if I do like this, would that be better? I don't know. What's going on? Oh, I don't know what's happening. Anyway, I'll just lean over. So unprofessional. But anyway, um, I'm too young and pretty to be alone. First of all, I don't think pretty should have anything to do with the one way or the other. Everybody deserves love, no matter what they look like. And I'm heading toward not. I'm getting older. It doesn't skip anybody. And that's number one. But number two, I'm not alone. I got six sons that love me. I have Dora, Zora, and Decker. I got a lot of friends, a lot more friends than I used to because they've surfaced in my life because he's gone. Because he used to be my best buddy. We used to hang around all each other, and I'm not alone. And I don't get lonely because I like being alone. I like to read. I like to. I got me a third dollhouse. I got stuck on my second one because a part ain't right or there and I can't find it. And I was going to buy a replacement kit, but the kit is out, sold out. So I got this third house, Jack. I'm gonna tear it up, tear it up. That's good. But the last thing is, romantic love is wonderful. It's a lot of fun when you're falling in it, but it is a lot of work to being in a relationship. And I don't want to do no kind of work. I don't want to compromise about anything. I don't want you want to go to eat over here, and I want to go eat over there. I want to have a conversation about that. I eat where I want to eat. You know, I'm just done, and all of that. I mean, I haven't dated since the 1980s, and y'all doing some way different stuff out here that I am not comfortable with. I mean, on the phone and with the thing, and then the thing, and then the sex is so casual these days, and I was born in I was raised in the 60s and 70s. I ain't a prude, but I'm not. I remember last time what dating was all about keeping the octopus away. You know, and all the hands, the hands, the hands, the hands. I don't want to do all that anymore. You know, I had a wonderful, loving, tremendous relationship. I don't want to get used to nobody else. I don't want nobody else having an opinion about what I'm doing in my house unless I ask. I don't want none of that. And dudes, you know, dudes are dudes. Like I had the one that I liked. I ain't gonna retrain nobody. Because they don't come in knowing, you know what I mean? And it's just not, to me, it's not penultimate. Having married and have children was penultimate for me. But there's no need to have a romantic situation in your life. I just don't think it's necessary. If it happens, it happens. I don't see it happening. But ain't nothing wrong with being alone. A woman who is alone, she is not in waiting, she is not incomplete, she's not insufficient, she doesn't need to be supplemented, she's just where she is, unencumbered by a constant opinion. I love my man and I love my men. The ones I've, you know, that are related to me. I'm gonna keep those. It's just not. And I know dating is a big thing. You know, everybody's always talking about it. It makes good money to talk about dating rules and this because everybody's always interested. And then things go, I don't know. I just ain't interested. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of time. And the minute they say something to me I want them away from me. And I watch too many shows about love gone wrong. You know, woo! I'm just scared. And not interested is the thing. Not interested. Not that I'm not interested in men. Not that there's no man that could ever. That's not it. It's not an insult to you. It's just an understanding of my situation. Y'all scare me. The new whole dating scene frightens me. And I'm scared of enough stuff. Now I want to answer the question I really wanted to answer. Um, this is from this this question sang to me. I'm 61 years old, recently retired, and I think I've lost myself trying to retrace my steps and can't find me. I have been looking for me for 2 years. I understand whereof you speak. I honestly felt for decades that I've been able to accept and adapt successfully to all manner of change. When it flew into my nest, ooh, I like how she writes. But the empty nest, retired, at home, looking at my husband all day long. Change is hitting me for a loop. Theoretically, I know all the panaceas. Get busy, join a class, exercise. Inter alia. Inter alia. It's a legal phrase that means among other things. And I haven't heard it in such a long time. Panacea, inter alia. I love that kind of stuff. But anyway, I have, but there is a gnawing feeling that I can't seem to conquer. I had that feeling for a long time, these last 2 years, and I was thinking that I was going to fill it up being busy. Just like I understand what you're talking about. I know all the panaceas: get busy, joint clay, exercise, inter alia, and I did all of those things. I joined SAG-AFTRA meetings. I went to jiu-jitsu with a bunch of dudes. Pilates and refugee classes, and what else have I done? Just went pickleball. I mean, did all kinds of things, and found none of them satisfying. They helped me get out of the house, but they weren't what I needed to feel, what I needed to feel. And what I finally figured out in conversation with my life coach is I need purpose. Not to be purpose is to be busy doing something that has meaning to you. I was just trying to be busy and to replace having been loved and cared for and in a wonderful, magnificent relationship that warmed me and thrilled me and made me laugh and made me get mad sometimes. Because you know how they are. But after 34 years, you kind of get them the way you like them. And I was going to replace that with a SAG-AFTRA meeting. SAG-AFTRA is the Screen Actors Guild TV thing. that I belong to. And busy work doesn't do it. It's purposefulness. And I found that out from the guy who ran the refugee program. He's very sick. He could stay home and be in bed all the time, but he said, "What? I have no reason to live. Just be home and be sick. I will fade away if I don't have purpose. This gives me purpose." And so I can deal with the illness in a manner. And so that's what I've been trying to do lately, is find purpose. And I'm finding purpose in a lot of different ways. Uh, I'm working to support my faith so my faith can better support me. And that's a comment that I've left out. I'm leaving out there, and I want y'all to leave it alone, because I don't mess with y'all's religion. I don't want anybody messing with mine. And faith is such a personal thing, and it shifts and it shimmies and it carries on, and it's shifting and shimming and it's carrying on for me. And everybody tells me something different. I don't want to have that conversation. I haven't met with the my own people on this side, so please don't think that's an open invitation to get into it with me. But so I have to find purpose. And you can find purpose in a lot of things. I do find purpose in that refugee class. I really do. Don't technically enjoy the work, but I enjoy the people, and it gives me purpose. And now I'm looking for purpose. Part of my purpose is this. My life coach told me that you have to operate within the gifts that God gave you. And one of the gifts that I have been given is exposure. I, in a forum that allowed me to see and do a lot and make a lot of observations about life and people and emotions and feelings. And when I write books and when I answer questions, I am operating in my purpose, in my gift. And that gives you purpose. So I'm finishing my books again to give me purpose. So what's your purpose? Do you like kids? There are kids all over. You ain't got to adopt one or nothing, but you can live. They have people that need help with kids that are in or out of the system because they don't have stable parents and they need a stable person. If that's your thing, are you excited about A, B, or C? Have purpose. You want to, the refugee thing is in the church, and I like it because they have a lot of purpose, and you get more and more and more and more involved. And I'm not telling you what to do on that end. I'm just telling you what's been happening on my end. But find purpose. I have purpose with them dollhouses. I want to get better at it. I want to have a product. I want to have a tiny total town. Purpose don't ain't got to be deep. It don't have to be whoo. It can just be something you really love. And you can get better at it. And let me say this, because I can't leave without saying it. Ain't nothing wrong with sitting there and just looking at your man. If I could sit here and look at my man, I would. But if you're just sick of looking at him, go over there and do something weird. Lift up your shirt or something. I don't know. See what he does. Put some excitement into things. Y'all make a date night. Go out somewhere. Go partying. Do something. Entertain him. That could be your purpose. Entertain him and you can entertain you back. Or you can entertain each other together. But do not, whatever you do, miss the beauty of having some brother there to stare at who loves you. Don't do it. Make your day. We were going to ride trains. That's all we were going to do. We were going to ride trains, and we were going to visit all the children and ride trains and come back. Maybe y'all could ride some trains. Or if you don't have that kind of train money, walk. There are all kinds of things you two could get into together to give you some joy and some purpose. So don't look for busy, look for purpose. You can find purpose reading, doing, finding, volunteering, or just making your husband happy. in a weird way. Every once in a while, I do something really weird to Eric, and he would love it. Dog free, which is probably not a good thing for you. Y'all probably half of you enjoy the dogs more than y'all enjoy me, but that's okay. It's cool. I ain't hurt. I love them too. And I kept my hands out of my hair. All progress should be duly noted.